Hello, friends. Welcome to Dream to Done, the podcast for moms who are ready to discover their dreams and goals again and actually do them. If you've been feeling a little lost in motherhood, I'm here to get you off the back burner and start taking a turn for yourself. I'm your host, Jessica Erickson, a certified life coach and your accountability cheerleader. Each week, you'll hear tips and tricks on doing life with a few kids, interviews with inspiring guests, and real talk on momming. I want you to discover your dreams, even in the messy middle of motherhood, because you deserve happiness too. You will also see that a mom achieving her goals and dreams lifts those around her. You deserve to take a turn in your life without feeling guilty. I am always cheering for you. Here we go. Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Dream to Done podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Erickson. And first off, I wanted to say thank you for being here. This is a new journey for me, and I am very excited to share with you, but I will tell you, it might have been a little nerve-wracking to get on here. So thank you so much for everybody that's listening and passing this podcast along to friends and family. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. So I wanted to talk a little bit about last week. We talked about The 4 Tendencies by Gretchen Rubin. It's a great book, and we figured out that I am an obliger. And an obliger is someone who needs some external accountability in order to get things done. So maybe you listened to that and you thought, well, great, I'll just grab a friend and we'll have some external accountability and I'll grab an accountability partner and everything will work out great. And I truly hope that works out for you. But it hasn't always worked out for me in the past, and I wanted to let you know why. So giving you some things to look for as you're finding an accountability partner. So today we're going to talk about the 4 reasons your accountability partner sucks. Okay, number 1, they are your friend. They want to remain your friend, and that's a good thing. Your friendship is more important than whatever this thing is that you're trying to accomplish. And that's okay. They're your friend. So for an example for you, I decided to do an accountability swap with a friend, and she had a cupboard she needed to clear out, and I had some videos and photos that I needed to digitize. And so we both had a thing. And I thought, this is going to be great. This is a thing that we can do. So I'll come to your house one week. You'll come to my house the next week. And we're going to get this done. It's going to be awesome. Well, then a couple weeks in, I was supposed to do something and I didn't do it. And she's the nicest person on the planet. So I called and I was like, hey, I didn't do my thing. And she's like, that's okay. It's fine. We'll just skip a week. It's not a big deal. Everything's great. And it was fine because the friendship was more important. But what I really need was somebody to give me a kick in the pants. And she's just too nice for that. So make sure that you realize that your friend is your friend. Now, why could a life coach be a better fit? Well, you can fire them and it won't affect your personal life. I have done this before, not that I needed to fire them necessarily, but decided to move on to a different thing, was working on a different goal. And it didn't affect my personal life because they were not in my inner circle. So you may be friends with your life coach, but they are in a coaching position with you. And so that if that relationship is discontinued, it's not going to affect your personal life. Another thing is you can shop around and get the right personality fit for you. So if you listen to my podcast and you're like, oh, I kind of like Jessica, we may be a great fit. But if you listen to me and you're like, oh, I don't know if I could do that, then great. Find somebody else who could be a great fit. I am not a one size fits all type of coach. I'm me. And if you have listened and you think I'm cool, then great. That might be a great fit. But I'm not for everybody. And that's okay. I want you to find the perfect life coach for you. So you can shop around and get the personality and skills that will work for you. The other thing is you can get very specific coach who specializes in the exact thing you're looking to accomplish. So if I'm wanting to lose some weight, a health coach might be a really great fit. If I want to write a book coach might be a great fit. So you can get really specific if you need to and if you want to. Okay, the second reason why your accountability partner may not be working is that they don't have the tools you need. Your friend may not be a teacher, a coach, a therapist, or may not be trained or have the tools that you need to succeed. And even if they are, please refer to number one. They are your friend. So I know you've all had this where there's a big group of kids and you have that teacher friend that is not the teacher, but suddenly goes into teacher mode and she's like, one, two, three, eyes on me. Come on, you know that you've got it. You know you have that teacher friend where she is not their teacher, but she shifts into teacher mode and they know it and they all respect it. And they're like, there's a teacher. So even if you do have a teacher or coach friend, they may not want to be in that role with you because, again, your friendship is more important. But chances are they may not have those tools. They may not know how to get you unstuck. So, because of that, a life coach might be a better fit. A life coach is hopefully certified. I will tell you that life coaching is an unregulated industry. So, you do not need a certification or a degree to say that you're a life coach. But most of us are certified and have done some training. So, hopefully, your life coach is certified, knows and uses the tools that can help you be successful. They can help you get unstuck. We all get stuck at some point. Maybe we just had a bad week, or there's lots of things that can help us get stuck. And when you're stuck, you can't see the way out sometimes. So a coach can help you see where you're stuck and move things around, open the gate, figure out how to climb that wall. They can help you get unstuck. Some of the tools that I've talked about that I love are vision boards, boundaries, tracking, and accountability. These are some four of my big pillars that I talk about all the time. And again, if those aren't the ones that you're looking for, then there might be a different coach that might be better. But you can choose because there's lots of life coaches. Okay, the reason number three that your friend accountability partner may not be working out is that you're actually not invested. Maybe it sounded like a great idea when you guys came up with the plan, but you're not really invested. When you pay someone money, you've got some skin in the game. Maybe you're like me and I'll say I'll go running and I don't. But then when I buy the gym membership, I'm now paying money to somebody to work out. So now I better go because I'm paying for it. If that's like you might not have a great accountability partner because neither of you invested. You didn't put money in to do it. When the stakes are low, we're more likely to blow it off. You know I'm right. Things come up and like, oh, I'm just going to skip it this week because my kid needs somebody to volunteer in their class, or I'm not feeling real great. Let's just skip it this week. And I'm not saying that being ill is not an excuse, but we know, sometimes you've been like, oh, I'll just, where if it was really important and you were really invested, you would have shown it. The other question I have for you is how invested are you in your friend's goal? Now, I don't think that either my friend or I, in that example that I said to you earlier, cared very much. I really don't care that her cupboard was cleared out or not. I don't think she really cared if my box of stuff got digitized, but we cared about the other person. So we wanted to help them. But like, in all honesty, we were not invested in the other person's goal. And the fact that I wasn't invested in my goal because I blew it off and flaked a couple times, like I wasn't invested. So, a question to know if you are invested is if someone offered you $1 million to get this done in 1 week, could you do it? Absolutely. I will tell you, there are many things, even now on my to do list, that if someone offered me $1 million, I would get it done in a week. I would find the time, I would be completely invested. So, your accountability partner may not be working because you're not invested. So with a life coach, P.S., I'm not $1,000,000, but you are putting some money out there. So you are investing in getting the results that you want. Now, with a life coach, it is quite literally their job to help you get the results you want. If they don't help you get there, they don't have a job. They get fired. So it is in their best interest to help you get unstuck, to help you get to the end goal. So it is their job. And they are invested because you are paying them and it's their job. Okay, reason number 4 that your accountability partner may not be working out is misalignment. So I see misalignment of goals. Example is I'll clean the pantry and you're going to run a mile. Well, they take different amounts of time. So, I might be done in a week. You're planning training for a marathon or something, and it's going to take you a couple months. So sometimes time misalignments, goal misalignments. The biggest thing though is misaligned dedication. If I come at you with an 8 out of 10 energy and I'm like, we're going to get this done. Yes, let's go. And you coming at it with a 2 out of 10 energy, we're like, yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but you don't care that much. You're going to flake on me and I'm going to be annoying to you and vice versa. Like there are definitely some things that I've come in with 2 out of 10 energy that I just didn't really care about. So why would a life coach be better? Well, in Gretchen Rubin's book, The 4 Tendencies, on page 113, she says, informal accountability partners can be unreliable. If that partner loses interest, gets distracted, or doesn't want to play the enforcer, the obliger stalls out. Now remember, the obliger needs the external accountability. So if the accountability partner is unreliable, the obliger is not going to get their stuff done. So a life coach will align to you. They're aligning to your goals, your timing, and your efforts. And they've got those tools to help you when you have problems in any of those efforts. Now, I know you probably might still want to pick a friend, and that's totally fine. So I've got some ideas for you on how to maybe make your friend work. Okay. Number 1, choose a friend that you guys can decide like, hey, when we're in this role or doing this thing, we are going to coach each other. We are going to not be friends. We're going to be coaches. I've had a time when that worked really well. And so, just like decide together that your friendship is important, but during this 1 hour a week, you're putting your friendship on pause and you're coaching. Number 2, if they don't have the tools, Google it. Find ways to like figure out how to get unstuck, listen to a podcast. You're kind of on your own there. If they don't have the tools you need, they can't really help with that. Okay. Now, here's some things for if you're not invested. You could earn prizes for the other person. So, and these are from Gretchen Rubin's books. So I'm not taking credit for these, but she had some great ideas where you could earn a prize for the other person. So when you reach your goal, you buy a spa day for your partner. And when they reach their goal, they get a spa day for you. Now, that is great because you might flake on yourself, but you won't flake on them. Okay, tie it to being an example for your kids. You might not go to the gym for yourself, but you will go to the gym because your kids are watching and they want an example of a healthy mom. So you'd never let them down. So you're going to go. Okay, this was a cute one, the sneaker workout example. Pair in the book, at the end of their workout, they would hand each other one of their sneakers and then they'd go home. So they knew that if they didn't show up the next day, the other person couldn't work out. So there's someone counting on them. The other thing I would say is if you're going to use a friend, try to have aligned goals and aligned dedication. So hire a life coach instead of a friend if you can. That could be the key that you're missing in getting your stuff done, taking your dreams from a dream to a reality. Now, I did want to talk about a couple of times that have worked for me. Number 1 is when you are just hanging onto the coattails of a friend who is already doing something you want to do. This was an example for me when I was getting ready to run a half marathon. She was going to do it. And she was like, "Hey, do you want to run this with us?" And I was like, "Okay, cool. Sounds like a good idea." I didn't have any kids at the time. It was before my first baby. And so I decided, yeah, let's do this. I might have flaked on her a few times in the morning, but basically she planned everything and I just followed. So what did she get out of it? Nothing except a better friend because we were hanging out many mornings and running and talking and increasing our friendship. Now, funny story, she forgot to mention to me that during the actual race, when you see the finish line, we're all going to sprint to the end. So they get to the finish line and they're like, "Okay, here we go." And I was running on fumes. So I was like, "Peace out. I will see you there." So I may have finished a minute after them, but that's okay. I finished it, but only because I was hanging on to her coattails and just following. So it was an aligned goal, aligned dedication, but she was really doing most of the work and I was basically mooching off of her. So I don't know that she got much out of it other than a better friend. Right now, a goal that I'm working on with my son is he really wants to go to the gym. He's got the dedication to go to the gym, but he doesn't have the car or the gym membership. So he can come as my friend and we have to drive there. So I have to go with him and I am not going to let my son down. In fact, we got to go. So he is really dedicated. And while I might not be as dedicated to the actual goal of going to the gym, I am 100% dedicated to him. So he's going to get us there because he's not going to let me not go. So I hope that this has been helpful. I hope that in recap, you can see maybe why your accountability partner hasn't worked in the past and maybe why it's time to hire a coach. So, number one, they're your friend and they want to be your friend, not your coach. Number two, they might not have those tools that you need. You're not invested and there's misalignment. So, if you can at least tackle those with your friend, great. And if not, I'm here for you. And if we're a great fit, I would love to coach you and help you get your dreams to done. I'll see you next week. Have a great one. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Dream to Done. If you enjoyed today's episode, it would mean so much if you would leave a rating and review. It helps more moms like you find the show. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast player. I'll see you in next week's episode. I'm always cheering for you. See you next week.